and welcome. You're watching Head to Head. I'm Antonina Antosha with UATV. In the recent years, Ukraine's book market has demonstrated business activity and quality upgrade. As a result of the political situation that emerged after Russia's aggression, Ukrainian publishers have been trying to contribute more actively in the formation of Ukraine's own book market. 2018 was a record year for Ukrainian-language books. Publishers in Ukraine released a total of 38.1 million copies of 16,857 titles, according to the country's book chamber. To talk more about the perspectives of Ukraine's book market, we're joined in the studio today by Anton Martynov. He's the coordinator of the Department of Books and Publishing Industry at the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports of Ukraine. So hello and thank you for coming.
Hello, thank you for invite.
Okay. I know that you are a coordinator of the Department of Books and Publishing Industry at the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports of Ukraine. You've been appointed just recently. What are your first steps planned to be done in the future?
Well, my first step is understand what is our Ukrainian market and how many copies we publish, how many copies we can sell, and what is our opportunity for growing. And the first step of my role is coordinate all players on the market, publishers, libraries, librarians, and to understand their aims for creating a view and strategy of our industry.
Well, I think that the main purpose of all those people you're trying to engage into one case is to make Ukrainian books more and more popular, right?
Yeah, sure.
We all know that over the past, let's say, 2 or 3 decades, the population of Ukraine that is reading deteriorated, right, heavily. So, in your opinion, what would be necessary to be done to resolve the issue? What needs to be done to make Ukrainian books popular and make Ukrainian citizens want to read?
The main question, I think, it is we need to develop and to grow reading habit of Ukrainian population, and how we need to do this. I think at the moment we need to understand more and collect more information, and then after a few months I think we can say about definitely roadmap and how to grow the market, how to do this habit more popular.
I do have some numbers and some information here based on the results of a study published by Kyiv Institute of Sociology. Almost a quarter of Ukrainians visited a library or bookstore at least once a year. 13% did not attend a library or a bookstore but read a book. And 60% of adult Ukrainians have not read a single book over the past year. How would you evaluate such data?
You know, we need to divide all reading process for libraries, for bookstores, for e-books, for audiobooks, and so on. And for sure, I need more time for preparing all information.
Today, up to date, there are about 15,500 public libraries in Ukraine.
With filials.
Now, we all know that library is not a very popular place to be attended by Ukrainians, especially by adult Ukrainians. Is there a way for optimization, for making libraries great again?
We need to do this. We have not any other exit of this in this
well,
question.
except for forcibly bringing children to libraries and showing them what library actually is.
But first of all, we need to reform the library because I think that in libraries do not read more. I think we need to reform the library as a place when people can speak, can communicate, can develop some problems like co-working, like hub, and this is the way how we can grow, yes, in the part of quantity of people.
Would you agree with the statement that Ukrainian literature has been and still is heavily affected by its Soviet past?
Maybe, but it is a very hard question for speaking in a simple way. So I think we need to see some kind of book and then to speak about, because it is a very hard question.
Okay, are we going to see the modernization of bookstores?
We need not only modernizate bookstores, chain of bookstores. We need to do more bookstores in whole country, because now we have only 250 bookstores, and it is a very little number for Ukraine. As example, Poland has more than 3,000 bookstores.
Is this because the main book sales are done online?
A little bit, but we have a very small quantity of bookstores in Ukraine, because we have a very big cost of rent, yes, and the book is not a bread. You need to buy book once a month or once a year, so that's why we need to do rules for the market when bookstores can open more and more.
Currently, the Ukrainian book market by 70% consists of translations of international literature.
Yes, it's a normal situation in the world.
So are we going to leave it like that? Do you plan to leave it like that? Or do you plan to move the number and, let's say, make it equal 50-50 with the Ukrainian literature?
Yes, we'll try. We'll try to move the numbers, to increase in quantity of Ukrainian authors, in Ukrainian content, but it is normal situation in the whole world, because we have market like US, like British, like German.
Right.
This is not standard market. This is very huge markets. So we need to see what they do, but I think we have not enough practice, we have not enough knowledge to do a lot of non-fiction literature, to do a lot of academic literature. So we need to teach, and then we will produce our own content in 5 or 10 years, maybe more.
Okay, well, this is a very optimistic forecast. I wish you to actually succeed and achieve the goal you have settled for yourself. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was Anton Martynov. He's the coordinator of the Department of Books and Publishing Industry at the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned with UATV for more.